Sales assistants line up holding different items, from shoe to bag to dress. Serena, is this the latest drop? It looks last week's. Shop assistant, Miss Serena, these are from the unreleased summer collection. Her friends sit nearby holding a phone for her, filming casually for Serena's private story. Friend, teasing, you've already bought 3 of those bags in other colors. Serena, smirking, and I'm going to buy 3 more. It's called Variety, sweetie. Club, that night. Champagne pops. The skyline glows. Serena and her circle laugh under string lights as a DJ spins at the corner. Her boyfriend, handsome and slick, leans in and wraps an arm around her waist. Boyfriend, let's head somewhere private. Serena pulls away. Playful, I'm not done being adored in public yet. Then she raises her glass. To me. Cheers. Serena's mansion, the next morning. Sunlight filters through the giant windows. She's in silk pajamas, yawning dramatically, and walks barefoot through the halls. A maid trails behind her, listing deliveries. Maid, your custom shoes from Paris arrived. And the limited edition phone case. And Serena interrupts. Where's Dad? I need to ask him for something important. Her father's private office. Her father is in a meeting with some elite men. Slam! The door bursts open. Serena walks in like she owns the building, holding her phone in one hand. Serena, brightly, Daddy, I want a new car. That red one that just came out. The convertible. Her father sighs deeply. Her father. Serena, this is a meeting. Serena, pouting. Then pause it. I'm your daughter. I deserve full-time attention. He raised his hand. Everyone out. The men silently exit. Serena, grinning. Thank you, Daddy. Now, can I also have matching heels to go with it? Her father gives her a tired but amused look. She smiles. Thank you, Daddy. You're the best. Later that day, he got her the car she chose, even though she has 6 cars already sitting in the garage for different occasions. Serena runs to her dad, hugging him. Thank you, Daddy. I like it. Mansion courtyard, early morning. Serena lounges on a daybed by the pool, scrolling through her phone. She's dressed in a satin robe, her legs crossed, a smoothie untouched beside her. Serena. Another day, another flood of likes. If I didn't exist, the internet would be so boring. The maid approaches carefully. Maid, Miss Serena, your father will be out of town for the day. He left instructions to limit spending while he's gone. Serena snaps. Who said that? My father? Oh, please, it can't be him. I'll just call him myself. She dials, but it goes to voicemail. Her brow furrows for a split second before she flips her hair and stands. Outside the organization HQ, Rafe stands by his car. He's in black. No flashy style. Just clean, sharp, and dangerous without trying. A subordinate approached him. You were gone for 6 months. Everyone assumed you wouldn't return. Rafe, calm, I didn't plan to. Subordinate. Then why did you? Rafe doesn't answer. His eyes drift. Serena's father's office later that day. Rafe kneels before Serena's father now. The room is dim. No smiles. Just business. Her father. You handled it well. As always. Rafe, calmly. It's my last one. I'm done. A long silence. The air tenses. Her father. Done? Rafe. I want to live my life. Not chase shadows anymore. Serena's father lit his cigarette. Her father. You've served me for over a decade. Trained by my hand. You command men under me. Now you want to quit? Rafe. Yes, sir. Serena father. Fine, but there may be one last thing I need you to protect. The heavy air between them lingers. He tells him to stand. Rafe stands, unmoved, eyes steady. Her father, not protect. I want you to marry Serena. A beat of silence. Rafe doesn't flinch. Rafe, calmly. Sir, I'm not ready for marriage. And I won't marry someone against her will. I can watch her, if you want. Her father, sharply. You owe me, Rafe. Still calm. Rafe. I know. That's why I'm saying this with respect. That this isn't part of the life you trained me for. A long pause. The father's eyes narrow. Her father, quietly, low. She's reckless, naive. She thinks she knows love, but someone's going to hurt her. Or worse. I need someone I trust to keep her safe. Even if she doesn't know it. Rafe, and she won't want me. Or this. He stands beside him. Then let her hate you. But I'll sleep better knowing it's you by her side. His voice softens suddenly. A rare, honest moment from a hard man. Her father, quiet. Think about it, son. Please. City Art Gallery afternoon. Serena enters like a celebrity. Phone flashing. Paparazzi catching shots of her with her boyfriend and friend. More focused on posing than the art. Boyfriend. Smirking. Still ignoring your dad? Serena. He's the one who started it. He ignored my call first. Friend, joking. You've got him wrapped around your finger. He'll cave by morning. Serena. Obviously. Rafe's apartment that night. Rafe sits alone in a chair by the window, looking out over the city. A file rests in his lap. Inside are photos of Serena from security cameras, lifestyle reports and behavioral notes. He flips to the last page. An old photo of her dancing in the club. He stares at it for a long time, unreadable. Rafe. Internal. So this is the girl I'm supposed to marry. The next day, high-end designer boutique. Serena struts into her favorite luxury store in heels, blowing her gum. The sales assistant welcomes her as she points casually at different outfits. Serena. Wrap them. I'll wear one tonight and post it so your sales double. Checkout counter. She wears her glasses ready to leave. Then she hand over her card. Sales assistant. Smiling nervously. I'm so sorry, Miss Serena. It says, the card has been declined. Serena blinks. Serena. Flatly. Try it again. It's literally limitless. Assistant tries again. Still declined. Then people start whispering awkwardly behind her. Serena, tight smile. Charge it to my boyfriend's tab. Her boyfriend's apartment later that evening. Serena sits with a glass of wine while her boyfriend orders food. He notices her silence. Boyfriend? What's with the mood? Serena, irritated. My card didn't work today. Her boyfriend. Again? Serena, defensive. I've been busy. My dad keeps calling, but he started ignoring me first. He didn't even return my text from Milan last week. Boyfriend. Shrugs. Maybe he's finally done spoiling you. Serena, glares. Excuse you? Boyfriend, teasing. Relax. You've still got me, babe. Serena's bedroom. Alone that night. She scrolls through old messages from her father. Unopened texts and missed calls. She just finished doing her skincare. Serena, thinking. Is he actually mad at me? She scrolls farther back, until she sees an old photo he sent of her as a child, asleep on his chest. Serena, quietly. He never stays mad this long. Meanwhile, somewhere else. Inside her father's private office, the door opens. Rafe enters silently. Serena's father, coldly. You're back? That mean it's a yes, right? Rafe gives a small nod. But you have to tell her first. Serena's mansion morning. Serena storms to her father's office immediately she heard he's back. She's irritated. All the staff are scared. Serena throws open the double doors to her father's private office without knocking. Just like always. Inside the office. Her father is seated, flipping through documents. A few men in suits seated silently in the corner. But Serena doesn't care. Serena. Oh good, you're here. Want to explain why my card got declined over a dress? Her father doesn't even look up right away. The room goes still. Her father, Serena. I've been calling you. Serena, arms crossed. And I've been busy. You ignored me first, remember? Don't get dramatic just because I didn't jump when you called. Her father, calmly. I was giving you space. You've been out every night for weeks. Serena, snapping. That's called living my life. You should try it sometime. Her father's calm cracks. He puts down the document and looks at her. His expression is unreadable now, tired, heavy. Her father. You've been reckless, and I've let you get away with it for too long. Serena, rolling her eyes. Oh, spare me the lecture. You're not cutting off my cards because you care. The bomb drops. His voice drops lower, colder. Her father. You're going to be married, Serena. Serena freezes. What? Her father. To someone I trust. Someone who will protect you. Serena laughs. Okay. Very funny. Try again. Her father, firm. It's already being arranged. Serena, in disbelief. You're serious? He says nothing. That is the answer. Serena, fury rising. You can't just hand me over like I'm some contract. I'm not a company to merge or a soldier to command. Her father, quiet. I'm doing this because I couldn't protect your mother. I won't take that risk again. You are going to marry Rafe. Serena freezes, her heart hammering in her chest. Serena, did you just say Rafe? She turns sharply. She notices him, seated at a corner dressed in all black, looking calm, watching, as if this was all normal. Rafe, quietly. It wasn't my decision. Serena snaps. Then why are you here? Her father. Because I asked him to be. Because I trust him more than anyone else. Serena, to her father. You want me to marry your pet? Your loyal mutt who you trained to obey without blinking. Rafe says nothing, not even flinching. Her father. I want someone who will protect you without hesitation. Rafe's loyalty has never failed me. Serena, fuming. You know what's never failed you either? My credit card. But clearly, loyalty means more than your own daughter's will. Her dad, enraged. You're not a child anymore. You don't get to waste your life clubbing while enemies watch us from every direction. Serena, then you better start preparing a funeral instead of a wedding. Because I'm not marrying him. Serena storms out. She brushes past Rafe without even looking at him. He watches her go with unreadable eyes. Her father, after a pause. She will cool down. Rafe, quiet. You know she won't. Nighttime, her boyfriend's apartment. Serena knocks frantically. Her boyfriend opens the door in sweats, confused. Her boyfriend. Serena? What are you doing here? She rushes in, throwing herself onto his couch. Serena. He's lost his mind. My dad's gone full dictator. Boyfriend. Slow down, what happened? Serena, shaky laugh. He wants me to marry someone. Like, arrange a marriage. Old school mafia level crazy. Boyfriend. Wait. Who? Serena, disgusted. Rafe. His loyal watchdog. The guy who speaks 2 words a week and stares. Like he's always planning your funeral. Boyfriend, frowns. That guy from security. You're joking. Serena. Dead serious. I'd rather set myself on fire than marry that ice block. Hours later. Serena is still seated on the couch, staring at the ceiling. Her boyfriend sits beside her, giving her a glass of wine. Boyfriend. So? What are you gonna do? Serena. Stay here for now. Maybe forever. If my dad wants to trap me, he'll have to do it through court. Boyfriend. Sure, yeah. But just so you know, I might be going on a business trip soon. So, like, just for a few days, right? Serena blinks. He's not joking. She forces a tight smile, covering the sting. Serena, cold. Right. Temporary, of course. Meanwhile, back at Rafe's apartment. Rafe unwinds, takes off his coat as he thinks. I was never supposed to have a future. Quick flashbacks. He found me in an alley and offered me a hand. He trained me and gave me a name I didn't question. I didn't dream. I just obeyed. He stands pouring champagne into a glass cup. And now he wants to pay me back. With a wife. He sighs. I don't even know Serena Vallon. I've seen her. Heard her tantrums. That girl's never lifted a thing in her life. He leans on the counter. She hate this. She hate me. Maybe that's a good thing. A beat of silence. He drinks, looks at the city view. I don't care who I marry, because I'm not planning on loving anyone. Balcony of the apartment. Serena standing alone in the cold wind. The city lights sparkle behind her. Her fingers clench the wine glass from earlier. She drinks out into the night, furious, humiliated, and betrayed. Serena, whispering. They think they've won. But I haven't even started. Is this going to work?
Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notification for part 2.
Part 2. Serena's boyfriend's apartment, early morning. Serena's sitting on the edge of the bed in one of his oversized shirts, quietly sipping coffee while her boyfriend rushes around packing a duffel bag. Boyfriend, yawning. Flight leaves in 4 hours. I'll only be gone a few days. Try not to burn anything down while I'm gone, yeah. Serena, lightly. What if I came with you? Boyfriend, chuckles. Funny. Serena, serious. I'm not joking. He looks at her, surprised. Boyfriend, Serena. This is a business trip, not a vacation. Serena. So what? I'll stay in the hotel. Order room service. I won't bother you. He hesitates, then shrugs. Boyfriend. I guess. As long as no one follows you. Serena, smiling faintly. They won't. Private airport. Later that morning. Serena, now wearing a hoodie and sunglasses, pulls her cap low. She slips into her boyfriend's car with him, trying not to be seen. Serena thinking, if I can leave the city, I'll have a few days to figure this out. He can't control me if he can't find me. Just outside the airport, they step out of the car. But something's off. 4 black cars are already there. Before she can blink, several of her father's men step out. Suited, cold, and absolutely not here to negotiate. Bodyguard, Miss Serena. Your father is expecting you. Serena, furious. Touch me and you'll regret it. They don't touch her, but they form a solid wall. Her boyfriend steps forward. Boyfriend. Hey, back off. She's coming with me. Another man. Cutting him off. You're not going anywhere with her. She belongs to the chairman's house. Don't make a scene or you'll regret it. Serena looks to her boyfriend, waiting for him to defend her. Something. But he just steps back. Silent. Serena, realizing. You knew they'd come, didn't you? Boyfriend. No, but let's not make this hard. Serena. Serena's family estate. Hours later. Serena is locked in her room. The windows are shut. Guarded from the outside. Her phone is gone. She's pacing, seething. Her father's office evening. Her father sits behind his desk, calm. One of his men enters quietly. Man. The boyfriend has been dealt with. He said he won't be reaching out again. Her father. Good choice. Flashback to earlier that day. The boyfriend in a dark room. Pale. Sweating as Serena's father faces him alone. Her father. Quietly. Go near her again, and I will make you disappear. I don't need threats. I only act once. The boyfriend swallows hard and nods silently. Serena in her locked room. She sits in silence, curled on a window seat. Her expression is blank, but her hands tremble with rage. Serena, softly. If this is how you want to play, father, then I'll burn the whole house down with my crown still on. Serena's bedroom. The following day, Serena locked the door from inside. A tray of untouched food from yesterday sits by the door. A maid quietly knocks, voice soft. Maid, from outside. Miss Serena, please eat something. It's been almost 2 days. Inside, Serena sits cross-legged on her bed, arms wrapped around her knees. Her lips are dry, her expression stubborn and hollow. Serena, flatly, tell him I'll eat. Right after he cancels the wedding. The maid doesn't reply. Only the sound of retreating footsteps. Her father's office. A guard reports to Serena's father. Guard, she hasn't eaten. She only drinks water. Refuses to speak to anyone. Her father sighs. Let her hold out. She fold. But he doesn't sound as sure as he used to. Outside the estate evening. Rafe arrives in a matte black car. One of the guards nods and lets him in without a word. He walks the path like he's done it 1,000 times. But his steps are slower than usual. Serena's room that night. She's seated by the window, still in the same clothes, tried opening the window. Her stomach growls. There's a knock. But she doesn't answer. The doorknob turns. It doesn't open. She whispers, voice cracking. Serena, starving is better than being sold. Rafe walks the perimeter. When he looks up, he sees her. Sitting by the window, her head leaning on the glass, half asleep. She looks thinner, paler, but still furious. She doesn't see him, but he stops. Rafe thinking. He's breaking her. This isn't protection. It's punishment. He glances at the guards around the house. She hate me if I step in. But if I don't, she might never forgive him. Serena's flashback dream. Brief. She sees herself as a child in her dad's arms. Young Serena. Daddy, will you always protect me? Her father, smiling in dream. Always, my little troublemaker. She wakes up to the sound of a bird tapping on the glass. Serena slowly sits up. Serena, quietly. You're doing this just because I don't want to marry him. Fine, I will rot here. I won't marry your dog. Soft light filters through the window. The untouched tray is still by the door, now cold. Serena stands at the mirror. Her face is pale, lips cracked, eyes sunken, but she doesn't flinch. Serena, I won't lose. He took everything else. He won't take my choice. She tries to walk to the door, but her legs falter. Her vision spins. She collapses silently. Minutes later, guards outside. A guard knocks for the usual morning check. Guard, Miss Serena. I'm entering now. He opens the door with the key her father gave him. Then he sees her collapsed on the floor. Guard shouting, "Get the chairman! Now!" Rafe in the courtyard. Seconds later, he hears the commotion. Without hesitation, he rushes inside, up the stairs, pushing past the guards. He bursts into her room, and for the first time his expression breaks. Rafe, low. Serena. He kneels down, checks her pulse. She's breathing. He looks up to the guards. Why are you all just standing there? Have you called the doctor? Guard. Yes. He is on his way. But the chairman is not picking up. He lifts her up gently. I'm taking her to the hospital. I will take responsibility for anything that happens later. Hospital wing. Rafe stands outside the hospital room. He knows if she wakes up, the last person she wants to see is him. Her father is running down, face pale. Her father, panicked. Is she? Rafe, coldly, without stopping. She's fine. The doctor said she just needs food. As he bows to him. Her father, you did well. Thanks. Rafe look at him. Her father. She did this to herself. She's just stubborn. Rafe, cutting him off. No. You did this. You pushed her. You kept her there. You starved her. For what? To win? Her father opens his mouth. But Rafe doesn't let him speak. Rafe, quietly, dangerously. If you don't stop now, you won't have a daughter left to protect. A long silence. Her father stares at him, shocked. Rafe, I'm out. Her father, softly. What? Rafe turns to leave. You said I could protect her, but I won't be your leash anymore. Not if it means seeing her like that. Hospital room night. Serena lies in a hospital bed, hooked to IVs. The lights are low. Serena stirs in bed, eyes slowly opening. Her eyes flutter open. She looks around faintly. Empty room. Cold sheets. Distant voices. Serena, where am I? A single thought forms behind her eyes as blurry memories flash back. The tray. The guards. And Rafe's arms. Serena, softly. Rafe. Scene 1. Hospital room, morning. Serena opens her eyes slowly. The harsh white light stings. Her throat is dry. She blinks. And she sees him. Her dad seated and still wearing the outfit from yesterday. And trying to stay awake. There are deep lines of worry on his face. Serena, weak. Dad. Her father, gasp up. Serena. But then his expression change. Now that you've made a fool of yourself, let's move on. Serena's lips tremble. But he keeps speaking. Her father, coldly. If you try this again, I'll have you move to the countryside. Far from the city. Far from your credit cards, your friends, your comfort. Serena, hoarse. You're shouting at me? Her father. This is what you wanted. To guilt me? To prove a point? Serena, weakly. I didn't do it to prove anything. I did it because you locked me. Her father, coldly. You were acting like a child, so I treated you like one. Those words hit harder than anything. Serena, then maybe you shouldn't have had a daughter. He leaves. Then Rafe enters seconds later, holding a bag with fresh clothes and lip balm. Rafe, calm. You need rest. Don't argue. Serena, turning away. Just leave. You're all the same, and never touch my stuff again. Leave it to my maid to bring it. I never want to see your face. Later that day, Serena reaches for her phone, hands trembling slightly. She texts her friends. Serena, guys, I passed out. Locked in for days. Can someone please come? Delivered. Seen, ignored. A few responses trickle in. None helpful. Friend 1. Oh my god. What drama now? Friend 2. Laughing emoji. Did your dad take your phone? Serena. Reading. So fake. She tosses the phone. The room is dimly lit by a single lamp. He holds a worn photo frame. Serena's father sits in silence, gripping it tightly. His usually composed face is broken eyes red, jaw clenched. The photo. A younger him and beautiful pregnant woman with soft eyes. His fingers tremble as he pulls the frame to his chest. Serena's father whispers, "I should have protected you. You asked me to keep her safe. And I failed. They took you from me because I was powerless." His voice cracks. A sad expression. Then a single tear slips down his cheek, the first he's shed in years. Rafe enters. The door creaks open. Rafe steps in quietly, holding a folder. He pauses when he sees the scene. The usually invincible man, broken and grieving. Rafe softly, "Sir, I came to talk." Serena's father wipes his face quickly, clearing his throat. Serena's father, about what? Rafe, hesitant. "About this marriage." "Let her go. I'm serious when I told I don't want to do this again. I didn't sign up to force someone into this." There's a long silence. Then her father speaks. Voice rough. Serena's father. "You think I don't know that?" Still holding the photo frame. Serena's father. "Her mother. She was like Serena. Strong-willed. Back then, I wasn't this man. I didn't have power or men or enemies afraid of my name." He turns to face Rafe, eyes raw with pain. Serena's father. "And one night, I came home to find my wife laying coldly in a car. They said it was an accident. But I knew better. It was a message. One I was too weak to answer." Rafe says nothing. He's frozen. This is the first time ever he's seen this man speak of the past. Serena's father, quietly. "I vowed no one would touch what's mine again. So I built an empire. I trained you men." Her father. "I've spent the last 20 years trying to make sure that never happens again. That nothing happens to Serena." Rafe just stares at him. Her father. "I didn't want you to love her. I wanted you to protect her. Because I can't lose her too." Rafe is overwhelmed. The weight of the request hits differently now, not as a command, but a final plea. Hospital room, afternoon. Serena sits on the bed, finally holding her phone again. She taps open her socials and freezes. Headlines and comments scroll by rapidly. Spoiled heiress throws tantrum, ends up hospitalized. She cut her friends off, and now she wants sympathy. Was she really locked up or just desperate for attention? Photos of her pictures go viral. Fake DMs. Her boyfriend's name trending. People laughing, accusing, mocking. Serena in shock. What is this? She opens her group chat. Her friends are talking. But about her. Friend 1. She's just dragging her dad's name. Down again. Friend 2. Not surprised. She always thought she was above us. Friend 3. Can't lie though, she looked a mess in that hospital pic. She tries calling them. It rings. But they don't even pick up. She dials her boyfriend. Straight to voicemail. Serena crying softly. Why are they not picking up? Did dad threatening them too? No one answers. Suddenly she stands, screaming, and throws things on the side table. She throws the food tray. The 4-stand dot knocking everything to the floor. Serena, screaming. "Is this what you wanted? Did you do this to me, Dad?" The door bursts open. Nurses try to stop her, but she pushes past. The guard at the hospital wing's exit steps forward. Guard. "Miss Serena, you can't leave this floor without permission." Serena slaps him hard. "Don't tell me what I can't do. I'm Serena Volmont." She tries to walk past, but 2 guards step in. She screams, kicks, tries everything. Serena, sobbing, "Let me out. Let me out." They gently but firmly hold her back and escort her back to the room. Few minutes later, the room is quiet. She slumps against the wall, hair messy, cheeks tear-streaked, phone in hand. Serena, whispering while dialing again. "Please, anyone." Serena. "I can't believe this. What did Dad say to them?" Then she stops calling. Just sits there, crying silently as the guards surround her. Serena. "Maybe this is what he wanted. You did all this, ruined my image online, to break me until there's nothing left. But Dad, you forgot something." Her expression slowly shifts. She wipes her tears with a shaky hand. Serena, coldly. "Nothing burns hotter than a girl with nothing left to lose." Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications to know when I upload the next chapter, part 3. Hospital garden, late afternoon. Serena walks with guards behind her. She is wearing a simple sweater and slippers. No makeup. She looks empty. Birds chirp. Flowers bloom, but she doesn't see any of it. Flashes of the past. As she walks, soft memories flicker. Her mother laughing in the garden, lifting little Serena up and spinning her. Her father kneeling with a birthday gift. For my little princess. Late night ice cream runs with her dad. Then, darkness. She sees her dad crying and shouting. Her mom on the ground, not moving. People running towards her, and someone dragging her back. She scream, "Mom, Dad." Present. She sit on the bench. Quietly, voice trembling. He used to read me bedtime stories every night. Now he locks me like I'm dangerous. Did I change? Or did he? Serena, thinking. Mom would have fought for me. She would have seen me. Serena whispers. He doesn't love me anymore. I'm just a problem to solve. Rafe watches her silently. His hands are in his pocket, but his face isn't cold. There's a tightness in his jaw, hiding because he knows she's the last person she wants to see. Rafe, thinking. She doesn't scream anymore. She doesn't fight. And somehow, that's worse. Days pass in silence. Serena becomes mute. She doesn't speak to the maids, eat her food, doesn't ask for anything, just sits, stares, and sleeps. Her father watches from the door once, looking shattered. The daughter who used to kick open his meetings now won't even raise her eyes. One night, he enters her room. She's sitting by the window, watching the rain. Her father, softly. Serena, I was wrong. You were right to be angry. You don't have to marry anyone. Not Rafe, not anyone. Do what you want. Travel. Run away. I'll support whatever you choose. Forgive me. She doesn't turn around. A long pause. Just when he turns to leave. Serena, calm, cold. Fine. I'll marry him. Her father freezes mid-step. Her father, slowly. What? Serena finally turns her head slightly. Her expression unreadable. Serena. Flatly. You wanted a wedding. So let's have one. Her father. Serena, you don't have to. Serena, cutting him off. It's done. Preparation starts tomorrow. That's final. Congratulations. She turns back to the window. Then he leaves. Later, Serena stands in front of the mirror. Her reflection is distant, cold, controlled. Serena, you want a bride? I'll be one. You want obedience? I'll give you silence. But don't mistake surrender for peace. A faint smile curves her lips, the first in days. But it's sharp. Serena. I'll marry your dog, father. And I'll make sure he bites you back. The room is dimly lit. Rafe is alone in his living room thinking about Serena's calm expression earlier. Then his phone buzzes. Serena's father. Rafe. The wedding's back on. She agreed. Set to start preparations immediately. Rafe, frowning. Just like that? After everything? That doesn't sound like her. Serena's father exhales. I know. It surprised me too. Rafe. Then maybe we shouldn't rush this. She could be acting out. Or hiding something. Serena's father. Maybe. But she said it clearly. No hesitation in her voice. Rafe, still skeptical. And in her eyes. Serena's father. Pauses, quieter. She looked calm. But I've raised her. I can tell she's unsure. Still, if this is what she wants now, I won't stop her. Rafe, quietly. Or maybe she's doing it because no one else is stopping her. Beat, tension thickens. Serena's father. It's done, Rafe. Let it be. He ends the call. Rafe sits back thinking. What is she up to? Serena's father holding a picture frame of his wife. I'm sorry, Laya. I know this is wrong, but she needs protection. Morning in the estate. A week later. Sunlight pours in. The mansion is full of life again. Decorators everywhere. Tailors arriving. Wedding planners chatting with Serena. She is wearing a silk robe and slippers. Calm. Quiet. Too quiet. Planner. Miss Serena. Do you prefer white orchids or red lily? Serena, softly, smiling. Whichever looks more dramatic in photos. Planner. Chuckling. You got it, miss. She walks off. Serena's smile fades instantly the second she turns away. Rafe watching her from afar. Rafe stands near the staircase. Arms crossed. Watching Serena accept dress samples. Nod politely. Fake laugh with vendors. Internal, Rafe. She isn't fighting it anymore. No screaming. No sarcasm. Just silence. I know she's up to something. A memory flashes. Serena rolling her eyes at a formal dinner. Her shouting at a waiter because he just touched her dress. Her party life. Now. A quiet girl with a rehearsed smile and lowered eyes. Rafe. To himself. She's too quiet. Too calm. Serena's private room. Her face change. Serena closes her bedroom door. Alone again. Her back slides against the door as she drops to the floor. In front of her, a journal sits open. A sketch of the wedding hall layout is drawn with messy notes. She looks at it. All I have to do is smile for 3 seconds. Say thank you to his face. Don't choke. Postpone honeymoon. Fake being tired. Serena. They want a wedding. I'll give them a masterpiece. Later, her father enters her room as she brushes her hair. He is holding a small black box. Her father, gently. Your mother wore this on our wedding day. It's yours now. He opens the box. A delicate sapphire necklace. Serena, softly. She left too soon. Her father, quiet. And that's why I'm trying so hard to protect you. Serena looks at the necklace. Serena, flatly. Thank you. It'll look perfect on camera. That evening, Serena stands alone in the garden looking at the fountain. Then a hand gently places a white blanket on her shoulders. Rafe, as he turns to her. You don't want this. Serena, calmly. Does it matter? Rafe, it does to me. Serena looks at him as she removes the blanket and tosses it on the floor. Serena, too late, Rafe. You should have cared when I still did. Then she walks away. Rafe's apartment. 2 days before the wedding. The room is dimly lit. Rafe stands by the window. The city lights glow in the distance, but his eyes are unfocused, distant. He takes a slow sip from a glass of whiskey, then sets it down, hard, thinking, Rafe, this isn't right. It's not even close. Memories flashes. When he carried Serena out of the room. Her father's voice. You're the only one I can trust. Serena in the hospital garden, walking like a ghost. Rafe, she doesn't want this. And I didn't plan on marrying someone. He runs a hand through his hair, jaw clenched. But I said yes, like a good dog. He sits on the edge of his bed. His eyes are tired, haunted. Rafe, maybe I thought I could protect her. Maybe I thought it would be enough. He looks toward the drawer where his cufflinks for the wedding lie, then lay on his bed, slowly closing his eyes. Rafe, but protection means nothing if you're the one holding the leash. A dream years ago. We fade into soft light. A sunny afternoon on the Valmont estate. A younger Rafe. Teenage, serious. Even then is seated on top a tree. He followed Serena's father home that day, but was told to wait while he rushed to check something. Then down the tree, he catches sight of a little girl. Serena. She's barefoot on the grass, spinning in a white dress, laughing as flower petals fall from her hands. She spins once, twice, and then runs across the yard chasing a butterfly. Her hair bouncing, eyes lit up. Rafe, unnoticed, watches from a distance. He smiles. Just a small one. Then she falls to the ground crying as the butterfly fly away. He smiles. She doesn't look anything like the chairman. As the butterfly lands on his shoulder, the light outside the window shifts. Soft gold starts to creep in. He wakes up. He stares at the ceiling. Rafe. She smiled so easily back then. Like the world was still kind. He closes his eyes. One last deep breath. Tomorrow I marry her. And I might lose her forever. Rafe stands slowly. But if she falls, I'll be there. Even if she never forgives me. Early morning, Serena's room. Serena sits at her vanity in silence. Her hair is being styled. The room buzzes with wedding preparations, flowers delivered. Champagne poured. Maids moving around her like she's a doll. But inside her mind, chaos. To herself, Serena, this isn't how it was supposed to end. Flashbacks flicker through her head. Her and her friends dancing under strobe lights, laughing loudly in VIP lounges, clicking through luxury fashion sites, buying limited editions with one tap. Her boyfriend. Then a headline. Heiress drama, Serena. Valmont hospitalized after meltdown. Comments. Guess daddy cut her off. She had it coming. Serena. They were never my friends. And now, I'm never getting my life back. Serena standing in front of the mirror, Serena's reflection stares back at her flawless dress. Her mother jewelry, a soft veil clipped into her hair. But her eyes are sharp. Serena, to herself. Even the ugly dress I chose turned great. I look good in everything. I guess this wedding isn't a happy ending. It's a funeral. For the girl I used to be. She smiles faintly and walks near the window, seeing where the ceremony tent is being set up. Serena, father, you think I gave up? You think a necklace and a sorry will fix everything? And you, Rafe, you think marrying me means you've won? But the real ceremony starts after the wedding. Bridal room. 1 hour before the wedding. The room is serene. Serena sits as they fix her dress and adjust her hair. She looks like royalty, poised, silent, untouchable. Maid, softly. Miss Serena, a few of your friends are outside. They said you invited them. Serena raises an eyebrow. Serena, flat, friends? Serena opens the door surprised to see 2 girls. Her old party circle, dressed wearing black like it's a funeral. Fake smiles stretched wide. Friend 1, overly sweet. Serena, we just had to come. We know today's your big day. Even if it's not your usual vibe, we couldn't miss it. Friend 2, didn't think you'd actually go through with marrying. Daddy's little soldier dog. Talk about downgrade. Laughing. You going to have a little baby now and play house in the countryside? From luxury queen to military wife. Yikes. They laugh loudly, looking around her suite like they still belong there. Serena doesn't even blink. She calmly folds her hand. Serena, coldly, I see the invitation got lost in the mail. But congratulations. You made it in. Would you like to leave with your pride intact, or shall I rip that off too? Friend 1 rolls eyes. Still bitter, huh? Just admit it. You've lost everything. Your boyfriend dumped you. Your followers tanked. And now you're marrying someone who probably eats bullets for breakfast. Serena steps closer. Her tone never rises. Her face never twitches. Serena, let me guess. Your last brand deal dropped you, right? You're 1 post away from selling knockoff perfume on livestream. But here you are, begging for a slice of my ruined life. Must be nice being nobodies with Wi-Fi. Friend 2. What? Serena, smiling icily. Oh, and didn't your last boyfriend scam you? Told you he was a crypto prince. You were crying in the hotel lobby, in plastic heels. The girl's expressions shift from smug to trembling. But don't worry. After today, I'll be too busy ruining my marriage to worry about you ruining your dignity. She signaled the guards. Serena, to the guard. Escort the guests out. Kindly. If they cry, don't smudge their makeup. They worked hard for it. Friend 1. Don't touch me, I can walk on my own. Friend 2. You will regret this, Serena. The guards gently guide the sobbing, humiliated girls out as Serena watches without a shred of emotion. Her crown stays invisible but undeniably felt. Serena, softly. I may have lost everything, but I didn't lose me.
If you watched to this point, don't forget to like and subscribe.
Part 4. The heavy doors of the grand hall loomed ahead of him, but Rafe hardly noticed the golden archways, the flowers, or the rows of people staring as he stood at the altar. His hands were clasped loosely behind his back, but inside his chest felt tight. Too tight for someone who was supposed to be getting married. Rafe, I thought I would be calm. I've stood in the middle of gunfire and didn't flinch. I've stared down enemies without blinking. But this is worse. He watched the guests murmur and crane their necks, waiting for her. Serena, he should be happy, shouldn't he? This was what her father wanted. What Serena herself had said yes to so suddenly. And yet, his jaw tensed as he stared at the polished floor. Something about her acceptance hadn't sat right with him. He remembered that night when her father's called, saying she told him to prepare the wedding fast, and when she was talking to the wedding planner, her voice was steady, but it was as if she was someone else entirely. Rafe could still hear himself asking quietly, "Are you sure? We can let this go if..." And her father cutting in, "That's what she wants now. Let it be." She is seated, hands resting lightly on her gown, and holding her bouquet. The room was quiet, save for the faint murmur of music and laughter echoing from the hall. Somewhere beyond those doors, an entire world was waiting, watching. Her chest felt heavy, not with fear. No. She had buried that already, but with a kind of numb resolve. A knock at the door pulled her from her thoughts. Her father stepped in, like it was any ordinary day. But when his eyes met hers, his movements stilled. Her father, stepping close. "You know," he began, then paused. His voice softened. "You don't have to go through with this, Serena. Even now, you can still say no." She blinked at him, startled for a moment. But then, she stands slowly, she offered a polite, practiced smile. "I know," she said evenly, "but everything is already prepared. Let's not waste everyone's time." Her father's brows drew together. But he didn't argue, he simply sighed and held out his arm. Her father leans closer as they walk. Voice low, soft enough that only she hears. Her father, quiet. "Your mother's father hated me, you know. Said I'd ruin her. Said she deserved better." Serena doesn't look at him, but her polite smile doesn't waver. Her father, and I probably did, but she stayed. And she made me better. Serena swallowed hard but said nothing. The doors opened and the music swelled. All eyes turned to her, but she only focused on the long, shining path ahead, and at the man standing at the altar, Rafe. He looked calm, almost unreadable, but she noticed the way his jaw clenched when their eyes met. Her father leaned closer and whispered, "One step at a time, darling. I'm right here. One step at a time." The music started. Everyone stood. And then she appeared at the end of the aisle. Her arm looped through her father's. For a moment, the breath caught in his throat. Serena looked. Stunning, of course. The gown hugged her frame. Her hair gleamed under the lights, and her face was calm, collected. But even from here, he could see the way she avoided his eyes, the way her fingers tightened faintly on her father's arm before letting go. Rafe forced a smile, though it didn't quite reach his eyes. If she's hiding something, if she's doing this for reasons she won't say, then why am I standing here waiting for her? Her father leaned closer and whispered, "One step at a time, darling. I'm right here." She slid her fingers from her father's arm as they reached the altar, her palm now resting in Rafe's waiting hand. His hand was warm, solid, and she didn't let herself flinch. Instead, she lifted her chin, smoothed the mask back into place, and thought, "Serena, you chose this. You can endure it." And so she stood there, quiet and beautiful, next to the man who would soon become her husband. And Rafe looked down at her then, catching just a flicker of something. Resentment? Fear? Before her mask settled back into place. And as the priest began to speak, Rafe made a quiet vow to himself. "I'll figure you out, Serena. Even if it takes all the time in the world. I'll find out why you're really standing here with me." The priest's voice droned faintly in the background as Serena stood beside Rafe, her fingers still lightly resting in his. Vows. She hadn't let herself think about this part. When the priest finally turned to her and asked, "Do you, Serena, take Rafe to be your lawfully wedded husband?" She drew in a breath and answered clearly, "I do." Her voice didn't even shake. Then it was his turn. Rafe's grey eyes stayed fixed on hers, steady, unreadable. "I do," he said without hesitation. The words didn't seem to weigh him down at all. The priest blessed the rings and they slid them onto each other's fingers. Serena noticed how warm his hands were, how careful he was not to grip her too tightly. Then the priest added something about building a home, raising a family, and teaching their children to walk in love. At the mention of children, Serena felt the faintest chill at the back of her neck, but she kept her face calm. Beside her, Rafe's lips twitched almost imperceptibly, as though he'd noticed her reaction. Then priest finally say, "You may now kiss the bride." Serena stiffened, thinking, "Wait, I forgot about this part. Do I have to do it with him?" And then, he leaned toward her, close enough that she could feel his breath on her cheek. "Wait. What?" He chuckled and murmured back, "Don't worry." Then, with a perfectly smooth motion, he tilted his head just right, shielding them from the guests' view and pressing his lips to the air, just beside her cheek. From where everyone else stood, it must have looked flawless. The guests erupted into applause. Serena blinked at him, genuinely startled. Rafe straightened slowly, his expression calm and polite, as though nothing had happened. After the pictures and their first dance, the reception started. The reception is glittering. Champagne flows, guest chat and music fills the air. Serena changed her dress. She stands to one side, graceful and unreadable, sipping from her glass. Her smile practiced but empty. Her father mingles across the room, and Rafe is one corner talking to a guest and gazing at her with quiet intensity. Serena didn't even say a word to him, even when he tried starting a conversation while they were dancing. She didn't respond. Suddenly, Serena. Her head snaps toward the sound, startled. There in the hall stands Nina, one of her favorite friends from her party days, who helps her take pictures. Her father's friend daughter. Nina, in a sleek emerald gown, clutching a cane in one hand but smiling brightly. Serena, genuine surprise. Nina? Nina hurries over as fast as her legs allow, and Serena instinctively steps toward her. For the first time all day, her perfect mask cracks into something real. She smiles, and her eyes almost shimmer. They move to a small table in the corner, away from the crowd. Serena stares at her for a moment without a word, because she ignored her calls and text when she was locked up. Serena, you didn't answer a single call or text. Why are you? Nina, interrupting, apologetic. I know. I'm sorry. I was in an accident a few weeks ago. It was life-threatening, but I tried calling when I woke up. Serena blinks, her hand tightening on her glass. Then she exhales softly and shakes her head. Nina, changing the subject. Why do you look so shocked? You didn't think I'd miss this, did you? Serena, faint smile. You could have told me you were coming. Nina, you know me. I like making an entrance. They both laugh quietly, and for a fleeting moment, Serena actually looks happy. Nina glances toward the corner where Rafe is still watching, his gaze heavy and unblinking. She smirks, leaning closer to Serena. Nina, teasing. So, he's your father's dog? You didn't tell me he was this fine. Way better than that boyfriend of yours. Serena rolls her eyes faintly but doesn't argue. Nina keeps going. Nina, if you don't want him, let me know. Serena lets out a little laugh and shakes her head. Serena. Dry. Don't wish for something like that. Nina grins knowingly before changing the subject. Nina. Oh, by the way, did you ever get your hands on that limited edition dress? The one you were obsessing over? Serena smirks faintly. Serena. Of course I did. You think I'd let anyone else snatch it first? They both giggle quietly. Nina. There's a party this weekend. Let's go. Serena. Maybe the next one. She smiles because she knows she will be too busy ruining her marriage. Then she stares at Rafe. She murmured, This is your choice too, soldier. Let's see who breaks first. Across the room, Serena's father stands next to Rafe, both watching the two women. Her father folds his arms, murmuring to Rafe without looking at him. Her father softly. She needed that. Rafe keeps his eyes on Serena, his expression unreadable, but there's a faint flicker of something in his gaze. Something like relief. Later, Rafe and her father step out onto the balcony for a moment of quiet, both of them standing side by side, looking through the glass doors where Serena sits, talking to her friend. Serena glows in her dress, her perfect smile dazzling the crowd. Though there's something sharp in her eyes, Rafe notices. She laughs politely at something her friend says. Serena's father takes a slow sip of champagne, breaking the silence. Her father. She's something, isn't she? Beautiful. Just like her mother. Rafe doesn't answer at first, just watches Serena calmly, his hands in his pockets. Rafe, quietly. She is beautiful. Her father chuckles softly, touching his shoulder. Serena's father. Do you know what you're signing up for, boy? She's not easy, but she's everything to me. Rafe's lips twitch faintly. I know, but his gaze is still on Serena. She's my wife now. That's all there is to it. Her father hums approvingly. Serena's father. Thank you, son. I can rest now knowing you're by her side. In fact, I went ahead and bought a house for you two. Nice one. Out near the hills. Big yard, plenty of space. For the first time, Rafe turns to look at him, his expression calm but firm. Rafe. I appreciate it, but no. Her father blinks, surprised. Rafe, steady. I'll handle everything myself. She's my wife. My responsibility. I already have a job lined up. Her father raises an eyebrow, studying him quietly, but Rafe doesn't flinch. Rafe, lower but certain. I'll make sure she has everything she wants. Even if she doesn't want me. Even if she hates me. Her father's mouth slowly curls into a smile. Proud, a little amused. He swirls the champagne in his glass and lets out a soft chuckle. Serena's father, grinning. That's my boy. You sound just like me when I married her mother. Stubborn, full of pride. Wouldn't take a damn thing from anyone. They both turn back to watch Serena, who is now smiling, her delicate fingers toying with her champagne glass. But after a moment, her father's grin falters slightly, his gaze softening as his thoughts turn darker. Serena's father more to himself, but will she be happy with that? Rafe keeps watching Serena, who suddenly glances toward the balcony and catches his eyes for the briefest second. She quickly looks away, her smile sharper than before. Her father lets out a slow breath beside him, the proud grin back on his face. But there's still a shadow of worry lingering in his eyes.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notification to know when I upload the next chapter. Part 5.
A black car pulls up in front of a quiet house on a peaceful street. It's nothing like the luxury Serena grew up in. No sprawling estate, no marble gates. Just a modest. Serena steps out in her gown, her heels clicking on the stone path. Rafe follows, carrying her luggage, bags and a small one, but there's still more. He pauses at the door and unlocks it silently, pushing it open for her. Serena, coldly. This is it? Rafe glances at her. Rafe, calm as he switched the light on. Yes. She frowns as she follows him in, her eyes sweeping the modest but clean interior. Hardwood floors, soft lighting, simple furniture. No staff greet them. No champagne waiting. Just quiet. Serena tosses her clutch bag and sits on the couch and crosses her arms, turning slowly to look at him. Serena, mocking. Wow. The mighty dog really knows how to live. Rafe sets the bags down by the stairs and straightens, meeting her eyes evenly. Rafe, flat. The room is upstairs. She scoffs, stands and turns away, to inspect the kitchen, immaculate, but small compared to what she's used to. She runs a finger along the countertop and sighs. Serena, sarcastic. How romantic. No chef? No maid? Or do you expect me to scrub the floors too? Rafe's expression doesn't change. Rafe, you're free to do nothing. Or everything. That's your choice. But no staff. This is our home now. She sighs, then Rafe carries the bags upstairs and leaves them by the bedroom door. Serena trails behind him, her gown still glittering under the soft light. She stops and crosses her arms again. Serena, coolly. Don't think this means I'm sharing a bed with you. Rafe glances at her, then turns the doorknob and pushes the door open, revealing a modest but comfortable bedroom with dark colors. Rafe, simply. Fine. Take the bed. I'll sleep downstairs. He leaves the bags there and walks back toward the stairs. Serena stands frozen for a moment before stepping in and shutting the door behind her. She sits on the edge of the bed, staring at her reflection in the mirror across from her, still in her dress. Rafe sits alone in the living room, sleeves rolled up. He leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees, staring quietly at the floor. He hears faint movement upstairs, the creak of the bed, the soft sound of her heels dropping to the floor, and exhales slowly, thinking, Rafe, this is real now. All of it. I'm married. He runs a hand through his hair as he unbuttons his vest, then leans back, staring at the ceiling where she is. The faintest memory flickers in his mind of a much younger Serena years ago, smiling as her father pat her head, her laughter ringing out as he watched from a distance. He'd smiled then, even though no one saw. Upstairs, Serena sits at the vanity, her dress crumpled around her as she takes off her earrings one by one. Her expression is cold now, but her eyes glint with quiet determination. Serena. Fine. If this is the life you want to give me, Rafe, I'll make sure you regret it. It's past midnight. Serena, still in her dress. She lies stiffly in the unfamiliar bed without her favorite bedsheet. She tosses, groans softly, and finally sits up with an annoyed huff. Her hand slides over the sheets, and she frowns deeply. Serena, muttering, how does anyone sleep on this? Feels like paper. Then she stands, glaring at the modest bedroom. The walls feel too close. The air feels too plain. Slowly, she circles the room, her hands running along the surfaces with disdain. Serena cold. This room's smaller than my closet. Feels like a storage room. She stops by the dresser and flings open his wardrobe. Inside, neatly pressed suits and shirts. All dark, grey, or black. Not a single splash of color. Serena, mocking. Figures. The brooding dog only wears funeral colors. How fitting. Minutes later, Serena glides down the stairs barefoot, her gown whispering behind her. She finds Rafe sitting in the living room, drinking quietly. He looks up when he hears her, watching silently as she scans the space with a faint sneer. She stops in the middle of the living room and folds her arms, her voice cool and sharp. Serena, tell me, are there rats here? Or mosquitoes? Should I expect cockroaches to greet me tomorrow? Rafe watches her, unfazed, and sets his glass down calmly before replying in his usual low voice. Rafe, evenly. No, and we'll be moving. In 2 days. Serena raises a brow, ignoring his answer entirely, and walks past him to the small bar cart in the corner. Without asking, she picks up a bottle of whiskey before turning and heading back upstairs without another word. Rafe, don't drink too much. She didn't say a word and ignores him. Serena sits cross-legged on the bed now, the bottle of whiskey in her hand. She stares at her own reflection in the mirror, her cheeks flushed, her eyes cold but glinting with something sharper. Serena, so this is it. This is the life my father chose for me. With him. She drinks the whiskey, her lips curling into a faint, dangerous smile. Serena, fine. I'll make him miserable. Every second of it. And when I'm done, he'll wish he never knew me. She takes another sip, her gaze hardening as she plots. Soft music plays. Serena strolls through a glittering mall, arms full of shopping bags, her friends trailing behind her, laughing and admiring her latest finds. Serena. Oh, I got that one too. Actually, all of them. The scene shifts. She's lounging on a sunlit beach in a designer bikini, sipping a colorful cocktail while attendants fan her with palm leaves. Serena, sighing contentedly. Now this is life. Then the sound of bird hitting the window wakes her up. Her nose wrinkles. She groans faintly and blinks awake, only to find herself lying in the plain, modest bedroom, the sheets tangled around her legs. She sits up slowly, squinting, her makeup slightly smudged, her hair messed, dark circles under her eyes from her hangover. She presses a hand to her temple, muttering bitterly to herself. Serena, hoarse and sarcastic. Great, it was all a dream. I can't believe I actually slept in this house. She flops back dramatically, then freezes when a faint, delicious smell wafts up from downstairs. Her nose twitches despite herself. Her stomach growls softly. Downstairs, Rafe stands in the kitchen, dressed casually, as he stirs the soup in the pot. Plates of food and fresh fruit is already on the counter. Serena pads down the stairs, barefoot, still in her wrinkled gown from last night, her expression equal parts disdainful and curious. Rafe glances at her as he carries the 2 bowls of soup. Rafe, quietly. Sit. Let's eat. You didn't eat anything yesterday. Serena raises an eyebrow and scoffs, arms crossing over her chest. Serena, mocking. Eat? Please, I don't eat. Whatever that is. I have to watch my figure, you know. Rafe doesn't respond. He calmly sets the plate down at the table and starts washing the pot. Serena watches him, incredulous, then puts a hand on her hip. Serena, snapping. Excuse me? Aren't you going to get me something else? Before he could respond, she sighs and then storms back upstairs. Then he covers the food for her. Serena sits on the bed, staring at nothing. Her stomach growls again, louder this time. She scowls, placing a hand over it as if to silence it. Serena, to herself, muttering, I'm not hungry. I'm not. I refuse to eat that peasant food. Her stomach growls again. Her cheeks flush slightly in frustration as she glares at the door, thinking of Rafe downstairs and the smell of breakfast still lingering in the air. Ugh. This is just the beginning, Rafe. You'll regret it soon enough. She lies back dramatically, but her stomach keeps growling in defiance. Upstairs mid-morning, Serena lays on the bed with her phone in hand, still wearing her gown, her legs bouncing impatiently. Her stomach growls again. louder this time. With an annoyed groan, she dials her friend from the previous chapter. Serena, grumbling. Finally, someone's going to save me. The call rings and rings, then voicemail. She huffs and tries her dad. Wait, until I tell Dad you starved me. I wonder if it will ruin their relationship. But no answer. Her beautifully manicured nails tap furiously against the screen as she leaves increasingly dramatic voice messages. Serena, voicemail 1, pouty. It's me. Answer the phone, Dad. Serena, voicemail 2 to her friend, sharper. Where are you? I need you to order something edible. Something real. Serena, voicemail 3, theatrical. You know what? Forget it. She throws her phone onto the bed and seat beside the bed thinking, but I can't go down to eat that thing. Minutes later, eventually, she stomps to the bathroom, muttering to herself, determined to at least take a luxurious shower and feel human again. She turns the water on and waits. It sputters at first, then comes on full blast. Freezing cold. She yelps and jumps back, glaring at the showerhead like it personally offended her. Serena, to herself, of course, figures. Finally, she adjusts it and steps in, only to realize halfway through shampooing that the bottle is empty. She squeezes it furiously, nothing. She digs through the cabinet by her left. Nothing but a single bar of generic soap and a cracked bottle of lotion. Her jaw drops in horror. Serena, panicked. Where is my conditioner? My mask? My leave-in serum? The maid didn't put it. No. She tries to rinse anyway, but the hard water leaves her hair sticking up in frizz and knots. Then she glares at herself in the mirror, tugging at the strands, which now refuse to obey her comb. Her cheeks are flushed, and without her usual moisturizer, her skin already feels tight and dry. In her frustration, she accidentally elbows a bottle of body wash off the counter. It splatters all over her hair and face. She shouts, "Ugh, this house is cursed." Rafe quickly opens the door, thinking she's hurt or an ambush. What happened? He glances at her and frees. Serena yelling, "Get out, now." He quickly closes the door, then tries to suppress his laugh.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications to know when I upload the next chapter.
Part 6. After the hair incident, she sits quietly in the room. She hasn't eaten all day and refused to ask Rafe for food. Then minutes later, she hears the sound of a car leaving the apartment. She looks outside the window and spots Rafe's car. Then finally, she stomps downstairs, barefoot, hair still in a messy towel turban, wearing an oversized hoodie she found in her suitcase. She glances around the living room suspiciously to make sure Rafe isn't there. The plate of breakfast he made earlier still sits on the counter, heated and neat, waiting for her, her stomach growling louder than ever. She eyes the rice and soup like it's the enemy, then finally gives in. She picks up a spoon and takes a bite, then another, and another. In moments, the plate is clean. Then she walks upstairs, sighing in defeat, crumbs still on her lips. Serena, fine. You win this round, Rafe, but just wait. This isn't over. Behind her, in the living room doorway, Rafe quietly watches her with hands in his pocket, one brow slightly raised. He doesn't say a word, just turns and walks away before she notices. Serena, now changed into a comfortable, but still expensive looking, in a hoodie and shorts, wanders aimlessly through the house. Her hair is finally back to normal and dry, though still slightly frizzy from yesterday morning's disaster, and her expression is one of restless boredom mixed with suspicion. She drifts into the small guest room, peeking around the modest furniture and packed boxes, making a face at the plain decor. Then she notices a half-open drawer in the corner. Something shiny catches her eye. Serena, curious, "What's this?" She pulls the drawer open fully. Inside lies a velvet box. She lifts it out, flips it open, and freezes. Inside is a delicate diamond bracelet, elegant, understated but dazzling under the light. Her mouth falls open slightly before curling into a smirk. She shuts the box with a snap, her thoughts already spiraling. Serena. Oh, of course. Of course. She taps the box against her palm, pacing the room now with narrowed eyes. Serena, muttering to herself. So, he does have a woman. Figures. These silent and loyal type. She plops dramatically into a chair, her lips curling into a bitter smile. Always hiding a mistress somewhere. Or maybe two. What did I expect? Just because he acts all calm and obedient doesn't mean he's any better than the rest. He probably plans to ship me off and run back to her with my father's money. Serena, whispering to herself. Good. Makes my job easier. If he wants to play dirty, I'll bury him. Her nails tap rhythmically on the armrest as she begins to outline her mental revenge plan in full detail, still convinced the bracelet is proof of his betrayal. Meanwhile, downstairs, Rafe is in the garage, quietly helping the movers load boxes into the back of a small moving van. His movements are efficient and unhurried. A faint sheen of sweat clings to his temple, but his expression remains calm, focused, and unreadable. At one point, he pauses and looks back toward the house, as if sensing something, then shakes his head faintly and keeps working. Back upstairs, Serena stands in front of the mirror now, wearing the bracelet on her wrist just to see. It sparkles beautifully on her skin, but she scoffs and tosses it back into the box with mock indifference. Serena. Go ahead, Rafe. Lie to my face. I can't wait to see you crash and burn. She stalks out of the room dramatically, the faintest smile on her lips as if she's already won. While downstairs, Rafe keeps silently packing their things, completely unaware of the storm brewing above him. Later that evening, Rafe is in the garage, quietly checking the boxes for the move when his phone buzzes. He glances at the screen. Chairman, he answers calmly. Rafe, even respectful. Good evening, sir. Chairman, immediately worried. How is she? Is she eating? Talking? She called me, but you said I shouldn't pick. Is she behaving herself? He watches silently before answering. Rafe, gently, measured. She's adjusting, sir. Slowly. But she's fine. Chairman, still fretting. Should I send her something? Money? Jewelry? Maybe if she sees I'm still thinking of her. She'll calm down. Rafe pauses. He sits on the workbench and speaks softly but firmly, kind, not confrontational. Rafe, I appreciate the thought, sir, but that may not help her right now. A pause. Rafe, she's proud. If you shower her with more gifts, it might feel to her like you're trying to fix things with money. It could make her feel even more distant. The chairman exhales, quiet now as he listens. Rafe, calm, sincere. Let me try. I know I can't replace the life she's used to, but I want to earn her trust, even if it takes time. She's your daughter and my wife now. If it's okay with you, just let me handle it and protect her. There's a long silence on the line. Then the chairman lets out a low, resigned sigh. His tone much softer now. Chairman, quietly. All right. I trust you, Rafe. Rafe, gently. Thank you, sir. He ends the call and pockets the phone, staring up. Then he gets up and continue counting the box. Upstairs. Meanwhile, Serena has raided the bedroom in full force. All the boxes for the move are open, and she sits open-legged in the middle of the room, with a pile of Rafe's perfectly folded clothes scattered around her like a storm. She smirks as she knots his ties together, put his suit jackets and his clothes back to the hanger, and stuffs one shoe under the bed so he can't find it later. Serena, to herself, smug. Let's see how long Mr. Perfect keeps, pretending this doesn't bother him. She hums to herself as she empties out one of his drawers. even slipping a tiny perfume sample into his pocket, just to annoy him, then tosses one of his clothes into the laundry basket and drapes another clothes in the hallway. Her stomach growls faintly, but she ignores it, keeping her chin high and her smile sharp. She catches her reflection in the mirror, a queen surveying her chaotic kingdom, and gives herself a little approving nod. To herself, Serena, this is just the beginning. Rafe, you think you can ignore me? I'll make you regret ever stepping foot into my life. Downstairs, Rafe listens faintly to the thuds and clinks above, his jaw tightening just slightly. But instead of reacting, he just adjusts his glove to continue working, quietly to himself. Rafe, softly, to himself, let her tire herself out. Serena is lounging dramatically on the bed in her silk robe, scrolling through her dead phone just for the aesthetic. When there's a soft knock at the door, she sits up slightly, suspicious as always. Serena, coldly, what now? The door opens. Rafe enters quietly, carrying a tray of food in one hand and a small bag in the other. He sets the tray down on the table without looking at her, and holds out the bag wordlessly. Serena, eyebrow raised. What's this? Rafe, simply, skincare. She blinks at him, then peers into the bag, and sees a full set of moisturizers, serum and face masks neatly packed. Her eyes flicker. Just a little, but she quickly hides it by rolling them, and setting the bag aside like it's no big deal. Finally, you did one thing right. Rafe doesn't comment. Instead, he starts picking up the clothes she sabotaged earlier, neatly refolding shirts, retrieving his missing shoe from under the bed, straightening the ties knotted on the chair. Serena, snapping. When exactly do you plan on feeding me real food? Or am I supposed to keep eating this thing you call food? Rafe pauses, doesn't look at her, calmly, and answers in that maddeningly quiet, patient tone. Rafe, if you don't like it, you're welcome to cook for yourself. Serena freezes, gaping at him for a moment as he finishes packing his things with perfect composure. Without another word, he picks up the boxes, gives her a polite little nod, and heads toward the door, then leaves. Serena stares at the tray of food for a long moment, her stomach growling loudly in the quiet room. She crosses her arms, muttering to herself indignantly. Serena, to herself, fine, if that's what he wants. I won't eat it. Beat. Her eyes dart to the plate. Steam still rises from it. The smell of warm, buttery rice and roast chicken drifts toward her nose. Her stomach growls even louder. She glares at the door like she's making sure he's really gone, then crawls over and snatches a bite. Serena, mouth full, mumbling, still tastes terrible. Another bite, then another. Then she's sitting cross-legged on the floor with the tray in front of her, devouring it while scowling furiously at nothing in particular. Serena to herself, whatever. Doesn't mean I like him, or his stupid food. She wipes her mouth with a napkin, sits back, and mutters defiantly, Serena, still better than starving. Outside, just down the hall, Rafe pauses by the door for a moment, listening to the faint clink of cutlery inside, and the occasional annoyed grumble from her. The faintest hint of a smile tugs at his lips before he walks away silently. A modest suburban neighborhood, neatly trimmed hedges, small houses lined up in a quiet street. Rafe stands behind the car, carrying a couple of boxes effortlessly. Then the car door slams. Out steps Serena, dressed in a designer dress, high heels clicking dramatically on the sidewalk, sunglasses, hair perfectly styled with her designer hat, her pink expensive fur and her manicured fingers as she surveys the neighborhood like she's just been sentenced to life in prison. Serena, muttering, this is where dreams come to die. Across the street, a little neighborhood boy stops to pick his ball and stares. He points straight at her with wide eyes. Kid to his mom. Mom, is she a celebrity? The mom laughs awkwardly while Serena arches a brow and gives the boy a faint smirk, before striding toward the house like she owns the block. Behind her, Rafe hides a faint smile and grabs the rest of her luggage. Inside the house is spacious, clean and bright, with furniture already arranged. Serena steps inside, heels clicking on the floor, and glances around, her lips curling into a faint look of disbelief. Serena, mocking, "Wow, you really went all out." Rafe quietly sets her suitcase by the stairs without looking at her, but she continues. Serena, holding her sunglasses. "Fine. If you're going to keep me here, at least hire a maid. I refuse to clean whatever this place collects." Rafe straightens up and speaks for the first time, quiet but firm. "Rafe, if you want anything done, just tell me. I can handle it." Serena blinks at him, momentarily thrown off by his calm approval. "Serena, fine. Cook me pasta, not too spicy, and make sure it's creamy. Let's see if your skills in the kitchen are as bland as your personality." Later, dining table. Rafe places a steaming dish in front of her. Simple but appetizing. Serena crosses her arms, eyeing it like it's an enemy, then picks up the fork. Her face immediately twists in theatrical disgust. She slams the fork down dramatically. Serena, harsh, loud. "What is this? Dog food? Is this the best you can do?" Rafe sighs silently, bending down to pick up the fork she dropped on the floor. That's when Serena, with a sharp glare, dumps the food right onto his head and shoulder. He freezes, still bent slightly, as the sauce drips down his shirt. Serena sits back, chin raised in smug defiance. "Serena." "Oops." Rafe straightens slowly, brushing the food off himself wordlessly. His eyes flick to hers, calm, unreadable. Then he simply picks up the plate, tries to wipe the stain, take off the apron, wash the plates. Internal. Serena, watching him from her chair. Let's see how long you keep pretending this doesn't bother you." He doesn't even glance at her, as he washes his hands and quietly finish cleaning the floor and table, and leaves her sitting there alone, her stomach faintly growling again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications to know when I upload the next Part chapter. 7. The house is quiet. Rafe is already dressed and slipping out the door quietly, leaving a note on the counter. "Went to the apartment to grab the rest of our things. Back soon." Hours later, in her room, Serena is still snoring faintly, wrapped in a silk robe, one leg hanging dramatically off the bed. Her phone lying beside shows 12:47 p.m. The doorbell rings. Serena stirs, groaning. The knocking continues. She stomps out of the living room, hair messy, mascara slightly smudged, muttering darkly. Serena, grumbling. "Who dares disturb me at this ungodly hour?" She yanks the door open, squinting into the sunlight, to see two women, one older. They're holding a covered dish and a basket of fruit, grinning like proud aunties. Woman 1, "Hello dear. We came to welcome you to the neighborhood." Woman 2, beaming. "We made some homemade dumplings and cake. It's our tradition." Serena blinks at them, then her gaze drifts down to the food, nose wrinkling like it's radioactive. Serena, flatly, "Oh, quaint. No, thank you. I don't eat these things." The auntie's smiles falter slightly. Serena, oblivious, fluffs her hair and goes to close the door, when suddenly woman 1 grabs her hair and yanks her back. Serena screeching, "What?" Woman 1, shouting, "What's wrong with you? How dare you talk to my mom like that, huh? No manners at all." Woman 2, "You think you're better than us? Little brat." The three of them are now in a full-blown tug-of-war. Serena shrieking as she tries to kick her off. The old woman scolding her with a stick like she's a misbehaving toddler. Serena, furious, "Let go of me, you witches. Do you know who I am?" Woman 1, "We don't care who you are. Learn how to speak to your elders." Minutes later, Rafe arrives carrying the boxes. The door opens again as Rafe, holding a box with his hand. He freezes in the doorway, blinking at the sight. Serena's hair wild, one slipper missing. One woman is clutching her as she waves a decorative pillow like a weapon while the older woman scolds her. He sets the box down calmly, steps forward, and in one smooth motion picks Serena up by the waist, slings her over his shoulder, despite her kicking. Serena, shouting, upside down. "Put me down, you traitor. I was winning." Rafe, deadpan. "Sure you were." He sets Serena down inside and shuts the door firmly, then turns to the women, bowing slightly in apology. Rafe, calm, apologetic. "I'm sorry about that. She didn't mean to be rude." Woman 1. What's wrong with her? Does she even know how to greet her neighbors? Rafe, quiet smile. "She's still adjusting. It's been a hard week for her." The aunties exchange a look, then breath a little sigh, and their expressions soften, because they can't be angry at a gentleman. Outside, they hand him the dumplings and cake anyway. Woman 2. "Fine, but teach her some manners." Rafe, nodding as he takes the basket. "Of course. Thank you." Serena sits on the couch, hair a disaster, glaring at her reflection in her phone. Camera as she gently prods at her precious face to make sure it's still intact. Serena, to herself. "Monsters. Touching my hair. Who even does that? If I get wrinkles from this, I will teach." From the door, Rafe's voice drifts over. "Rafe, don't worry." "You won't." Serena freezes, then shouts back indignantly. "Serena, shut up." Late morning backyard. Serena stands at the back door, peeking suspiciously through the curtains. The sun is bright, the little pool sparkles invitingly, and the neighborhood is quiet. Too quiet. Her eyes dart left and right like she's checking for snipers. Or more accurately, those terrifying aunties. Serena, muttering. "Good. No sign of the witches. Perfect." She flings the door open with a dramatic flourish and struts out, draped in an oversized sun hat, fake black wig, designer sunglasses, and her phone. A tiny designer handbag swings as she sinks into a lounge chair like she's on the French Riviera. Serena, shouting inside. "Rafe, bring me an orange juice, freshly squeezed, with ice. And hurry up. The sun won't wait for me." Inside, Rafe's voice drifts back, calm, low, and infuriatingly unconcerned. "Rafe, it's on the counter. If you want it, go and get it. I'm doing the laundry." Serena sits up, scandalized, and shouts back. "Serena, excuse me? What kind of husband lets his wife fetch her own juice? What are you even good for?" There's no reply, just the faint sound of the washing machine humming. Serena huffs, muttering to herself as she stretches out again. She pulls out her phone and starts snapping selfies, adjusting the wig just so, holding the bag up like it's a trophy, sticking her legs out at odd angles to look effortlessly chic. Serena, thinking, smug. "I can't sit here waiting for those stupid rumors on my main account to die down. No way. Time to start a fresh account, snag some brand deals, and make my own money. I don't need daddy's cash or Rafe's pitiful little housewife routine. This is my revenge, one flawless post at a time." She keeps posing, snapping pictures furiously, the wig slipping a little in the back. She tucks it back in place without missing a beat. Serena, to herself, muttering. He thinks he can break me. They all think they can break me. Pathetic. I was born to win." Just as she strikes a particularly dramatic pose, lips pursed, a faint voice floats over the fence. Voice. "Oh, is that the new neighbor?" Serena freezes. Her head whips toward the sound. The unmistakable cackle of one of the aunties follows. She gasps, snatches her bag, and scrambles off the lounge chair, nearly tripping over her own wrap as she bolts inside. Serena, yelling, panicked. "No! No! Oh my God, are they following me now?" She dives through the sliding door, slams it shut behind her, and crash on the floor. Her things are scattered everywhere, while they catch her breath. Inside, Rafe glances up from folding laundry with an utterly deadpan expression, watching her panting dramatically on the floor. Rafe, calmly. "Did something happen? Why are you running?" Serena glares at him and snaps back indignantly. "Serena, This is your fault. She stomps to her room, muttering under her breath about witches, peasants, and how she needs to plan her next move, while Rafe shakes his head faintly and goes back to his folding. Midnight, Serena's room. The house is quiet. Moonlight streams through the curtains. Upstairs, Rafe's bedroom door is closed, and all seems still. But downstairs, Serena sits cross-legged on the floor in a complete black outfit, a piece of paper and her phone spread out before her like she's planning to overthrow a government. Scribbling furiously with a glitter pen, Serena, whispering, Step 1. Humiliate him publicly. Step 2. Plant evidence of his secret affair. Step 3. Cry dramatically in front of the neighbors. Step 4. Something with rats? Yes. Rats. Symbolic and effective. She giggles softly to herself, tapping her pen to her chin. Serena, smug. Who's the mastermind now? Then she grabs her phone and starts practicing her tearful victim selfie faces, sniffling dramatically into the camera. Serena, fake crying into phone. How could he betray me after I gave up everything? Serena peek inside. Rafe is asleep as she makes a beeline for his wardrobe. She opens it. Rows of perfectly pressed black, grey, and navy suits line the rack like a funeral procession. Serena, scoffing, whispering, What is this? A morgue? Not for long. Then she starts shoving his black suits to one side. Then spray a thing she found in the kitchen. Then she digs out a roll of rhinestones and starts sticking them all over the suit. She giggles softly to herself, completely immersed in her work. Serena, muttering, Tomorrow you'll look like a bedazzled flamingo, and the neighbors will never respect you again. Genius. She grabs a pair of his polished shoes, ready to fill them with glitter, when voice, low, calm, from behind. I don't think you should use that color. Serena. That's the point, this. Then she freezes. The shoes drop from her hands, bouncing on the carpet. Slowly, she turns around. There he is. Rafe, sitting on the bed, hands under his chin, and wearing his usual calm, unreadable expression. His hair is slightly tousled, eyes glinting faintly in the dark. He'd been sitting there the whole time, just watching. Serena, I was just inspecting the quality of your awful wardrobe for rats. Yes, rats. Rafe's brow arches ever so slightly as his gaze drops to the neon suit she hung up and the trail of rhinestones in her hand. Then his lips twitch faintly, but he doesn't smile, just watches her quietly for an uncomfortably long second. Rafe, calmly, do you always sabotage people while wearing sneakers that light up? Serena looks down. Her sneakers blink cheerfully in the silence. Her cheeks flush red, but she tosses her hair and glares anyway. Serena, maybe. What's it to you? Rafe steps closer, takes the black suit jacket from the hanger, and holds it up, turning it over once before setting it gently back where she placed it. Then he meets her eyes and says softly, with the faintest, most infuriating trace of amusement, Rafe, if you're going to try to ruin me, at least make it believable. Before she can answer, he turns and walks out, leaving her standing there, cheeks hot, rhinestones falling from her hands, her sneakers blinking pathetically in the dark. Serena, to herself, hissing, How dare he? Tomorrow, he's going down. She bends to pick her glitter and rhinestones, as she mutter about flamingos and revenge, while from the hallway you can hear Rafe's faint chuckle as he leans on the door laughing at her sneakers. Late morning, Serena lounges on a yoga mat in designer activewear, scrolling through her phone while pretending to stretch. She's got ankle weights on, but hasn't actually moved in 20 minutes. Rafe knocks, then enters, holding his tablet, and speaks softly. Serena doesn't even look up. Rafe, calmly, I was thinking about the honeymoon or a vacation. I booked a few options. Somewhere quiet. You could relax alone. At that, Serena finally looks up, narrowing her eyes at him. Serena, snorting. Honeymoon? Vacation to where? Please. You'd probably book some cheap countryside inn with no Wi-Fi and a shared bathroom. No thanks. Rafe doesn't react. Just scrolls something on his tablet and murmurs without looking up. Rafe. Noted. Serena scoffs and flips her hair, muttering louder as she resumes stretching dramatically. Serena. Honeymoon, he says. In what? A tent. In the middle of nowhere? With rats and mosquitoes for company? How romantic. Later. Serena now does a few token squats while sipping sparkling water, glaring at the salad she took from the fridge like it personally offended her. Rafe enters quietly with a plate of warm food. Rice, grilled chicken, and a little side of fruit, and sets it near her on the counter. Rafe, gently. You can insult me all you want, Serena, but don't go hungry. Serena stands up looking at him. She stares at the plate, then at him, then quickly looks away and scoffs. Serena, I don't eat peasant food. Thanks for proving my point. Rafe doesn't say anything, just walks toward the door. Halfway out, he sets down a small box containing her favorite macarons from the expensive bakery downtown, before leaving without another word. Serena glances at the box, then quickly away, continuing her squats as if nothing happened. But she mutters just loud enough for herself to hear. Serena grumbling. Stupid. Spy acting all calm. Who even remembers my favorite flavors? She does 2 more squats before walking forward to take a bite. I'm just checking if it's fake. Then another bite. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications to know when I upload the next
Part
chapter.
8.
Afternoon, Serena's bedroom. Serena lounges on her bed in silk pajamas, phone pressed to her ear as she files her nails. On the other end of the call is her best friend, the only one who still dares to talk to her after the wedding and the scandal. Friend, excited. Serenaya. Sorry, I have been so busy. Tell me everything. How's married life? What's it like living with Mr. Spy husband? Serena smirks faintly, adjusting her fake lashes in the mirror as she replies with her usual flair. Serena, dramatic sigh. Oh, darling. It's tragic. He follows me around the house like a lost puppy. This morning, he practically licked my ankle just to get my attention. Pathetic, really. Her friend gasps on the other end, clearly eating up every word. Friend. No way. He actually licked your ankle. Serena, flipping her hair. Well, metaphorically. But the desperation was real. It's exhausting being this irresistible. From the hallway, Rafe pauses outside her door, hearing his name and licked my ankle in the same sentence. His brow furrows, but he quietly moves on without interrupting her performance. Friend, laughing. You're too much, Serena. Anyway, we're all going out tonight. Clubbing, you in? Serena freezes mid-file, then glances at her closet. She sees nothing but yesterday's designer gowns. None of them the latest collection. She only wears the latest runway pieces when she step out. A hint of worry flickers over her face. Serena, quickly recovering. Oh no. I couldn't possibly. And you know how people talk. One picture of me and they'll drag up those stupid rumors again. Her friend groans playfully on the line. Friend. Oh, come on. Don't tell me you're staying home for him. Serena rolls her eyes dramatically, smirking at her reflection. Serena. Theft. Please, if I left, he'd probably curl up and cry in a corner. And I simply don't have the energy to mop up his tears tonight. Her friend bursts out laughing while Serena lounges back on her pillows, looking smug as ever. Rafe quietly leans against the wall, expression unreadable, clearly having heard every word. He shakes his head faintly and walks off, muttering just under his breath. Rafe, quietly amused. Curl up and cry, huh? Noted. Morning, kitchen. Rafe adjusts his tie calmly by the door, briefcase in hand, ready to head out to work. Serena is on the couch scrolling through her phone, completely ignoring him like he's invisible. Rafe, evenly. I'll be back late. Serena doesn't look up, but she sniffs and crosses her legs elegantly before asking in a bored tone. Serena, did you even bother to prepare breakfast? Rafe glances at her over his shoulder and replies flatly. Rafe, on the counter. He leaves without another word. Serena rolls her eyes, muttering to herself as she looks at her untouched breakfast on the counter. Afternoon. After watching 3 romantic dramas, back to back and frowning when the heroine and hero get romantic, Serena sighs loudly, dramatically throwing herself on the couch. Serena, to herself. Ooh, this is tragic. I'm too fabulous to waste away in this 2-bedroom dungeon. So she decides to put on a huge pair of sunglasses, her most impractical heels, and marches out into the neighborhood to scout locations for photos, because clearly the world needs more of her beauty. Around the neighborhood, Serena struts around, striking random poses by flowers, fences, and even the corner store sign like it's Paris Fashion Week. But after 20 minutes, she starts dragging her feet, sweating and clutching her designer bag like a lifeline. She finally flops down on a bench, removing her heels. Serena, groaning. Who knew peasants walked this much? A small girl with messy braids, holding an ice cream cone, stops in front of Serena and stares at her wide-eyed. Little girl, softly. You're really pretty. You look like a celebrity. Serena freezes. Then slowly, like a queen being properly recognized, she straightens her back, her pride swelling instantly. Serena, smiling smugly. Ah, finally, someone who sees. Yes, darling, I am like a princess. The girl sits next to her, still looking impressed, encouraged. Serena launches into a dramatic retelling of her fabulous life, complete with hand gestures and fake tears. Serena, proudly, arms crossed. I've been to Paris, Milan, the Maldives. Men fall at my feet. Any man I want, I could have. But now they've trapped me. In this place. Her voice breaks, and she wipes at a fake tear, leaning closer to the bewildered child. Serena, whispering. Don't ever let them clip your wings, darling. Stay fabulous. Run away before they make you marry a spy. The little girl just stares at her blankly for a long beat, then licks her ice cream and deadpans. Little girl, you're weird. She hops off the bench and skips away, leaving Serena sitting there with her jaw open, touching her chest. Serena, calling after her. Weird. I was inspirational. She takes out her phone and looks at her face, muttering to herself as she rolls her eyes. Serena, grumbling. What does she know? She's not even wearing designer sneakers. Early evening, living room. Rafe walks in after work, loosening his tie. Serena lounges on the couch, scrolling through her phone, wearing a silk robe and a face mask. Without looking up, she says, Serena, bored, you're late. You missed me dazzling the sun today. Rafe ignores the jab and sets down a flyer on the coffee table. Rafe, the neighbors are having a small block party tonight. They invited us. At that, Serena finally looks up, arching an eyebrow. Serena, a party? Here? In this backwater neighborhood? Rafe, calmly, there'll be food, games, nothing fancy. Just people.com. Serena's bedroom later. Cut to Serena rifling through her closet, muttering dramatically as she pulls out gowns, tiaras, and fur stoles. Serena, to herself. Nothing fancy, he says, as if I'm going to let these people see me in sweats. Please, this is my runway moment. The party begins. Outside, the street is lively with string lights. Kids running around. Neighbors grilling burgers. Everyone's dressed casually, shorts, sandals. Then suddenly, a hush falls over the crowd as Serena arrives. She is wearing a pink floor-length sequined gown, 6-inch heels, sunglasses in the night. Clutching a tiny designer bag, Rafe trails a few feet behind her, already rubbing his temples. He already told her the outfit is too much for the party, but she ignored him. People stare as Serena struts down the street like she's accepting an N. Oscar. A kid drops his hot dog. Someone whispers. Neighbor 1. Whispering. Is she famous? Neighbor 2. Whispering back. Or just confused? Serena stops at the center of the gathering, lowers her sunglasses slightly, and says with a dazzling smile, "Serena, you may proceed." Silence. Then someone timidly offers her a paper bag of chips. She takes it between two fingers like it's radioactive, then sets it down on a table without tasting it. Serena sits regally in a lawn chair, crossing her legs and posing while pretending to scroll her phone. Two kids are touching the train of her gown. Rafe stands nearby, sipping a soda, quietly watching. Kid, tugging her dress. "Are you a fairy?" Serena, smiling faintly. "Close enough, darling." When the games start, sack races, egg toss, someone invites her to join. She gasps, clutching her dress. "Serena, do I look like I jump in potato bags? Please, my ankles are insured." End of the night. As things wind down, Rafe thanks the hosts politely and helps Serena up. She sweeps past the neighbors like royalty leaving her court, muttering just loud enough for him to hear. "Serena," to Rafe, "you're welcome. I elevated this barbecue into a black tie affair." Rafe just smirks faintly and murmurs back, "Rafe, they'll be telling their grandchildren about the night a queen visited." Serena flips her hair triumphantly, clearly choosing to take it as a compliment. Rafe leaves for work early, leaving behind a neatly packed lunch for Serena. She wakes up late, drags herself to the kitchen, opens the box, and scowls. Serena, muttering, "What is this? Again? Does this man not understand that my palate is Michelin-starred?" She pushes the food away with a sigh and picks up her phone. After scrolling a bit, she gasps and grins as an idea strikes her. Serena, to herself, "Fine, if you want something done right, you do it yourself." Kitchen chaos begins. Wearing an apron, backward, of course, and a pair of oversized sunglasses for safety, obviously, Serena props up her phone with a cooking tutorial, playing on mute while she hums a dramatic tune. Step 1, cracking eggs. She does, and manages to get more shell than yolk in the bowl. Serena, grimacing. "Ooh, peasant eggs. Must be defective." Step 2, measuring flour. She dumps half the bag in, creating a cloud of white dust that settles over her sweater and the countertop. Step 3, turning on the stove. She squints at the knobs, randomly turning all of them until several burners roar to life. Then she tosses some butter in the pan, which immediately starts smoking. Disaster strikes. 20 minutes later, the smoke alarm blares. There's flour everywhere. A pan has caught fire, and Serena stands there fanning it with a sequin scarf, shrieking. Serena, panicking. "Oh my God. Stop. I command you to stop, flames." She grabs a bottle of water. It only makes the smoke worse. Then drops it, slips in the flour, and lands on her backside with a groan. The camera pans to the doorway where a neighbor peeks in. Horrified neighbor calling out, Everything okay in there?" Serena, snapping as she stands up. "Everything is fine. Go back to your sad little barbecue parties." She shoos them away, coughing through the smoke, hair sticking up, makeup streaked. Then she tries to clean. The disaster before. Rafe get back to hide the shame, but she end up destroying things more. Later that day, Rafe comes home to find her sitting in the middle of the kitchen, like a tragic heroine. Apron crooked, mascara smudged, surrounded by soot and flour, a charred pan next to her. He surveys the damage silently, then calmly asks, "Rafe, you cooked?" Serena, sniffing, attempted. "Your kitchen betrayed me." Rafe drops his suitcase, remove his tie, grabs a rag and starts cleaning up without another word, but occasionally stares at her smoke face. Serena glares at him defensively and mutters, "Serena, well, don't just look at me silently like I burned the kitchen. It's not that bad." He glances at the ceiling, where a chunk of something is still smoking, and smirks faintly. Rafe, quietly, "Not bad at all." She throws a dish towel at him, cheeks flushing as she stomps off, without realizing she's still wearing the apron. She muttered to herself about useless kitchens and peasant equipment. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn your notifications to know when I upload the next chapter. Part 9. Rafe grabs his bag, glancing at Serena sitting on the floor arranging the table to film a video for her new fake account. Rafe, calm. Stay out of trouble. Serena, not looking up. Define trouble. Rafe just shakes his head faintly and leaves without another word. The door shuts. Serena looks up smirking. Serena, to herself. Oh, don't worry, darling. Trouble is coming to you. Later, Serena's walking around aimlessly, bored. She ends up in his small study, a space she'd never really looked at before. On the shelf are a few neatly arranged books, a worn leather journal and a small framed photo. It's a faded picture of a little boy, no more than 5, standing in front of a church, holding a toy car and smiling shyly at the camera. Serena picks it up, squinting. Serena, to herself. What's this? Him? Sad. She sets it back carelessly, but it slips from her fingers. The glass cracks sharply as it hits the floor. Serena freezes, staring down at it, then just shrugs. Serena, coldly, whatever. It's already old. That evening, Rafe walks back in, tossing his bag and removing his jacket. He notices Serena sitting at the dining table scrolling, her phone like nothing happened. He walks away, then stops in front of the open study. He sees the cracked photo frame on the floor. The little boy in the photo, not in the frame anymore and shattered. Glass everywhere. The shift in his face is instant. Quiet fury flickering beneath his usual calm exterior. He picks up the frame silently, staring at it for a long moment before walking to the dining towards Serena. Rafe, low, controlled. Did you touch this? Serena looks up lazily, unbothered. Serena. Oh, that? Yeah, it fell or something. Honestly, what's the big deal? For a heartbeat, his expression darkens. His jaw tightens and his eyes flash. But he says nothing. He just walks to the study, pick his jacket and slips out of the house without another word. He walks alone through the quiet streets. He ends up near an old, run-down part of neighborhood, the kind of place where he grew up. He sits on a bench, pulling the cracked photo from his pocket, tracing the boy's face with his thumb. His mind drifts back, the faint sound of rain as he stands alone in a park crying, never knowing where they went or if they abandoned him, never remembering their faces, only the cold and the silence. He exhales slowly, tucks the photo back into his jacket, and stays there quietly, staring at the empty streets. The sun streams through the curtains as Serena lies in bed. Her thoughts wander back to Rafe's face last night, that rare flash of anger. When he saw the broken photo, she smirks faintly to herself as she sits up. Serena, thinking, good, that's exactly what I wanted. Let him stew. He's supposed to hate me. Serves him right. But after a beat of silence, her smirk falters just a little before she shakes it off and stands up dramatically. Serena. Anyway, who needs him? Not me. She struts into the kitchen, expecting to see breakfast waiting on the counter. But nothing. Not even a crumb. No note. No Rafe. Serena blinking. Cute. Playing hard to get, huh? Her stomach growls. She opens the fridge. Empty except for a sad-looking apple, a bottle of water, drinks, and... Is that pickles? She frown and take the apple. I'm on diet anyway. Later she paces in the living room thinking why Rafe is not back, and it's a Saturday. Serena, thinking, scowling. Where does a man like him even go? What kind of boring errands take this long? Ugh. Her stomach growls again. Is this because of that old picture frame? Should I try fixing it? No. It wasn't intentional, beside it will make me look less evil. After a beat. Or did he go to his mistress? Serena, muttering. Pathetic. I don't care. Not my problem. By mid-afternoon, Serena sits outside on the porch stairs with her sunglasses on. arms crossed. A magazine rests in her lap. Every car that passes, her head jerks up for a second. Then she quickly looks away, pretending she wasn't watching. A neighbor walks by, eyeing her curiously. She flips a page and sighs dramatically. Serena, to herself, I am not waiting for him. Absolutely not. The wind rustles her hair. She glances down the street again, then mutters, Serena, where is he? Her stomach growls audibly. She scowls and buries her face in the magazine, but her foot keeps tapping impatiently as the sun starts to set. Later, the sound of quiet footsteps on the gravel catches her ear. She keeps her head buried in the magazine, but one eye flicks toward the street. And there he is, Rafe, calm as ever, walking home with 2 heavy grocery bags in one hand, his jacket tossed casually over his hand. He doesn't even glance at her. He just walks right past her without saying a word, as if she's a decorative plant, and unlocks the door. Serena freezes. Her pride screams at her to stay put, but her neck cranes slightly to watch him disappear inside. Minutes later, she tiptoes inside, pretending she's just passing through. She peeks in. Rafe is calmly unpacking the groceries. Bread, eggs, vegetables, a bottle of wine, even her favorite chocolate snack. He sets everything in order without looking at her. She leans closer. Serena, loud, mocking. Oh, good. You finally decided to come back. What did you do? Wrestle the cows yourself? Rafe doesn't even look up. He sets a pot of water on the stove, opens her chocolate, and places it on the counter. Then he quietly says, Rafe, calmly, here, dinner will be ready soon. Then he picks up the cutting board and continues cooking, and doesn't look at her. Her pride flares again. She turns away, scoffs and mutters as she walks to her room. Serena, as if I'd eat your sad little peasant food. But halfway to the door, her stomach growls again, so loud even she pauses, cheeks heating up. She stops, hesitates, and glances back down at the kitchen. Rafe's still cooking, without even looking, and she sees her favorite snacks closer to the edge of the counter. When Rafe disappears into the study, Serena sneaks into the kitchen. She picks up the chocolate snack like she's stealing them, muttering to herself. Serena, quiet, pouting. Doesn't mean I like him or his stupid food. This is just survival. She takes a bite of chocolate, sits at the counter, and glares at the kitchen door even as her foot taps happily under the stool. Serena sits in her room in her robe bored, thinking about what to do. Her hair is done perfectly, her makeup sharp. Serena, so bored I can't sit here all day. Then an idea. She dials and calls Nina, her friend. Serena, muttering, pick up. Ugh. Did she ditch me again? Nina finally answers, cheerful as always. Nina on the phone. Princess, what's up? Serena, huffing. Come over. Bring wine. Now. I will send you the address. Cut to 20 minutes later. Nina arrives in a bodycon, dress and oversized sunglasses, tossing her bag on the couch like she owns the place. Nina, grinning. Wow, this house is not bad and you still look fabulous in captivity. Serena holding the wine as she turns. What, you expect me to live in a chicken house or what? And just because I'm married doesn't mean I should look like a duck. Gossip time. They sit cross-legged on the couch, wine glasses in hand, snacks scattered between them. Nina flips her hair and leans in conspiratorially. Nina, so tell me, how is it being married to the world's most obedient husband? He really does everything you say. Serena laughs mockingly, waving her hand like it's nothing. Serena, of course. He cooks, he cleans, he listens to every word. A proper lapdog. Pathetic. But even as she says it, there's a flicker of something bitter in her eyes, and her hand tightens around the glass. Nina, teasing. Lucky girl. Oh, I heard your ex has a girlfriend now. I think they're getting married soon. Serena frees, then quickly. OMG, I'm so happy for him. That's good news. I guess everybody is getting married now. They laugh as Serena tries to hide her emotion. The sound of the front door opening makes Serena sit up straight. Nina looks toward the entrance, curiosity all over her face. Rafe walks in, calm and quiet as usual, holding his bag. He freezes for a second when he notices Nina sitting there. Rafe, low, calm. Good afternoon. Nina sets her wine down, smirking up at him and adjusting her hair. Nina. Well, the infamous husband himself. You're handsome up close. Serena rolls her eyes and mutters under her breath. Serena, quiet. Oh, shut up. Then she smiles, thinking Rafe is going to greet her or something. But to her shock, Rafe walks away without looking at her. Nina watches him with interest, then leans closer to Serena. Nina, whispering. Submissive, huh? He didn't even flinch when I called him handsome. Doesn't look like a man under your thumb to me. Serena, snapping. What's your point? He is under my thumb. Watch. Determined to prove her point, she calls out, loud. Rafe, bring us some ice, will you? Rafe pauses, glances at her, then calmly replies. Rafe, evenly. You're closer to the freezer than I am. And he disappears. Nina bursts out laughing so hard. Nina, laughing. Oh, princess. I think the dog's learning to bite. Serena sits there, then tight her grasp. Around on the glass as she smiles. Maybe he's tired. It's a long day. Serena, thinking. He's going to pay for that. Later that night, after Nina leaves, Serena is alone in the living room, scrolling through her phone. She's checking her socials again. Still no apology from the world. Still trending for the wrong reasons. The comments sting. The silence from old friends stings more. She scrolls past a wedding photo of her and Rafe. Not the picture-perfect one. The candid shot. The one where he was looking at her, like she was the sun. She scoffs and locks the screen. Serena, muttering. Don't look at me like that, idiot. Kitchen late night. She tiptoes into the kitchen for a snack. There's a sticky note on the fridge from Rafe. Don't stay up too late. You barely eat during the day. Your food is on the counter. She stares at it. Frowns. Then crumples it and throws it in the sink. Still, she takes the plate of food. Sit down and take one bite of the food. Another. She eats in silence. Then whispers to herself. Serena, barely audible. Why are you nice to me? Next morning, Serena wakes up before Rafe. She walks to the bathroom, brushes her teeth, then stares at her reflection a bit too long. Her mascara is smudged. She didn't even wear mascara yesterday. Serena, quiet. I look tired. I never look tired. Laundry chaos. Determined to prove she doesn't need Rafe, she decides to do laundry. It can't be that hard. I have seen May do laundry before. Then she Googles how to wash luxury fabrics, but somehow, she still manages to ruin one of her designer robe. The silk has a mysterious brown stain everywhere. She stares at it in disbelief. Serena, screaming. This washer is cursed. She tries not to cry. Angry, confused, embarrassed, but determined to solve the problem. Without Rafe, she decides to find laundry products that can help remove the stain. Then using the mop bucket, she steps on it so she can reach them. Before she could even grab anything, the bucket begins to shake. Slowly she panics and tries to get down quickly, and she can't balance herself. Then she slips, falling. Her mind goes blank. She screamed then. Out of nowhere, Rafe appears, catching her with speed. She catches her breath, then stares at Rafe. Rafe, calm, worried. Are you okay, Serena? Then suddenly she stares at Rafe without talking. Her mind blank, cheeks red hot. Then she mutters, Are you my hero? Rafe, confused. Serena, can you hear me? She quickly gets back to her senses and moves away from him. Serena, stammering. Why? No, you, ooh. Rafe stares in confusion. Serena, ooh. This is that stupid bucket fault and yours too. She walks away, cheek red. I hate this house. I hate you. He just stares at her. Serena finally out. Why did I say that? That wasn't me. OMG. I need to watch more movie on how to be more evil, not K-drama. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notification to know when I upload the next Part 10. Morning. Serena walks into the kitchen late, as usual, thinking Rafe already left for work because of what happened yesterday. She has been avoiding him after she called him my hero, but she sees him there, already dressed, sleeves rolled, quietly plating breakfast like he always does. She freeze and hide. Serena, why is he still here? What's the time? Why? This is embarrassing. He glances at her shaking beside the couch. Serena snaps. What? Why am I hiding? I didn't do anything. She quickly stands and tiptoe with a mean look, pretending not to care. But then she notices there's her favorite fruit on the table, sliced perfectly, arranged like a flower. Serena, coolly, you don't have to do that. I don't eat breakfast. I have to keep my shape. Rafe, without looking. You say that, then finish everything when I'm not here. Serena, that's because I hate waste, not because I like it. Don't get the wrong idea. Rafe, half smiling. Understood. He finishes packing his bag and heads to the door. She blurts out, Serena, murmuring, did you by chance heard what I said yesterday? I didn't mean it. Don't think about that way. I was in state of... Before she could finish, he cut her off. Rafe. I know. He leaves. The door shuts quietly behind him. She sits down in silence, then eats every bite of that fruit. Later in the backyard, Serena lounges by the small pool in her sunglasses, scrolling her phone. She's trying to look unbothered, untouchable. Then she sees a post of her ex-boyfriend smiling with a woman. She suddenly tosses her phone and gets up wearing her robe. Serena, to herself, she will probably be crying soon. She paced to the living room, then notices something tucked near the laundry basket. Her white stain robe from yesterday, neatly folded with a little lavender scent. She picks it up, holds it a second longer than she needs to. Serena, quietly, stupid man. That evening, Rafe returns, looking a little tired. She's seated on the couch with her feet up, pretending to scroll her phone. But as soon as he enters, Serena, without looking, you're late. Rafe, gentle. Had to fix something at the office. Serena, realizing she just blurted that out. I mean, if you're always late, like this, who's going to cook dinner? Rafe, sorry, here I brought those sesame snacks you like. He hands it to her. Serena, you don't have to get me this. I don't like it anymore. He stares at her, then turns and leaves. Serena, furious. Did he just ignore me? I'm talking to you. I don't need anything from you. Then she turns. Whatever. I think staying in this house with him is making me soft. Then she peeks at the bag over and over. You can't win me over with this. Rafe, I'm not that cheap. Destruction is coming your way. The next day, Serena had already walked around the entire house twice. Now she's lying on the bed, writing her next plan on how to ruin his life and this marriage. She's think hard about the next thing because sabotaging his wardrobe doesn't work and he just stay quiet. When she does something to him, then her phone buzzes, an alert with a huge sum of money. Her eyes widening even though it's not enough to buy a mansion. She thinks about going to departmental store downtown, eating at her favorite restaurant and buying things. But then a thought strikes her. Serena, eyes narrowing. Who sent the money? She checks the name. She doesn't know anybody named Charles. Serena, if it was Dad, he won't go through the stress of using another person account. We have a joint account. Whatever. I will wait. Might be someone mistakenly sent it to me. 10 minutes later, she's already dressed and strolling outside. Serena, muttering, just going to grab coffee and maybe snacks, nothing else. Payment for mental suffering. I deserve a treat before I rot away. From coffee, she enters different departmental store and buys the dress and scarf she has saved in her cart for ages. Then to an expensive cafe to get her boba tea and cake. Serena, this is the life I missed you. After spending half of the money, she walks home. I'm so tired. Why do I have to walk? I can't finish the money yet. What if they call or something? Then she glances across the street. Minutes later, she's perched on a bar stool smiling as She talks about how she was forced to get married. A cheap fruity cocktail is in her hand, and she's now on her third one. Serena, slurring, to the bartender. They say don't drink your feelings, but I say, what else am I supposed to drink? Herbal tea? She bursts into laughter. Back at the house night, Rafe comes home and the house is quiet. Too quiet. He checks the living room, the backyard, her room. Nothing. His chest tightens immediately. Rafe. Serena? No answer. He storms outside. Rafe mutters. Where did she go? Did she run away with the money? Small street near the bar. He finally spots her. Sitting on a low brick fence. Barefoot now, her sunglasses gone. She's laughing as she swings her feet that she didn't leave the things she bought at the bar. Serena, singing softly. I have money now. Come on, let's go party. Rafe, calmly approaching. There you are. Serena, smiling. You, husband creature. Why are you always appearing out of nowhere? See, as she shows him the things she got. I finally got it. It has been in my cart since. I got the pink one. Do you want to see more? Rafe, gentle. That's nice. Show me when we get home. Serena, snapping. No, I don't want to go home. I hate that house. I hate you. I hate everything. Rafe, quiet, I know. She glares at him, the tears starting to pool in her eyes. Serena, voice breaking. Then why are you still nice to me, huh? Why do you cook? Clean? Do everything? You're making it hard for me to complete my mission. Rafe breaks seeing her cry for the first time. He wipes her tears. I'm sorry, please don't cry. Serena, rattling off. I miss my old life. I miss laughing. I miss fake brunches. I miss my mom and dad even though he threw me at you like I was a problem. Rafe pats her head. We can go see him now. Serena. No. I don't want to see him. Then continue. I lost everything. My friends ditched me. The media dragged me. I have nobody. She continues crying. Rafe still says nothing and pat her head and just listens. Serena, crying now. Why am I still talking? Why am I telling you all this? Rafe. Finally. Because I will be the only one here for you. That shuts her up. She looks at him. Eyes red and watery. Lips trembling. Then she slumps forward slowly. Her head landing softly on his chest. Serena, muffled. You smell like soap and poverty. Rafe, dryly. Thank you. She breathes in once more and falls asleep against him. He carries her all the way home. Inside the house, he sets her gently on the bed, pulling a blanket over her. He looks at her peaceful face. So loud and cruel by day, but so small and broken now. He sits by her side, tucking her hair. Rafe, thinking. I'll always be here, until you figure it out. Next morning, the sun crept into the room far too early for Serena's liking. She groaned as the light stabbed her eyelids and the pounding in her head reminded her she wasn't dead, just mildly suffering from emotional intoxication. Serena groggy. Where? What? Ooh, my head hurt. She sat up properly, seeing the suit jacket on her. What is this? Then the flashbacks began. The drink, the rant, the random crying, the street performance about betrayal and fake brunches. Serena, no, 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 no. She screamed, dragging her hair. Serena, muffled. Did I actually tell him that? Did I know? Did I cry in front of that man? My life is over. She peeked out dramatically, looking around the room like she was in a crime scene, then sees the things she bought on the floor. Glad I didn't forget that. Hours later, after hiding in her room to avoid Rafe, she peeks to the kitchen to see Rafe still taking his time to cook. She crumpled with her stomach, growling. I'm hungry. I can't avoid him forever. Then she stands. Guess I will just pretend I didn't remember anything. She tiptoed down the hall like a criminal on parole. Then she smelled food. Something warm. Savory. Comforting. Pancakes? Omelettes? Rafe. There he was, standing at the stove like a house husband of the year. wearing sweatpants and flipping eggs like nothing happened. Not even glancing her way. Her eyes narrowed. Serena, thinking, is he ignoring me because of what I said? Be honest, Serena. You really said a lot yesterday. She cleared her throat. He didn't turn around. She walked over, awkwardly peeking at the food. Still no greeting. Serena whispers, you made breakfast. Rafe, without turning. Yes, almost done. There's ginger tea too. For your hangover. Serena, defensive. I wasn't hungover. I was reflecting. He didn't reply. She pulled out a chair and sat dramatically, crossing her arms. Serena, grumbling. I don't remember how I got home yesterday. I can't find my sunglasses. Still no reply. He just looks at her. Then she remembered something worse. Serena, internal screaming. Wait, did I tell him my dad threw me at him like a problem? He placed the omelette in front of her, then sat down across from her. Rafe, you really don't remember? Serena, awkwardly. No, did I say anything, insane last night? Rafe, blandly. Define insane. Serena, like emotional. And pathetic. I really can't remember anything. Rafe, after a pause. Should I help you remember what you said? She blinked. Serena, smiling through her teeth. Rafe, serious. I can't remember, but it doesn't change anything. You don't have to pretend to be okay all the time. Serena, snapping. I don't need your pity, since you said you don't remember. Just pretend I didn't say anything. Rafe, quiet. Why? She bit her lip, suddenly losing her appetite. Serena, internal. Because if you saw the real me for too long, maybe you'd stop trying. She stood quickly. Serena, loudly. I'm going outside. I need fresh air. Rafe, softly. Take your tea. She paused, then snatched the cup. Outside. She sit by the stairs in the backyard, sipping the tea. Serena, just because he saw me like that, doesn't give him the right to say that. Who does he think he is, my therapist? Oh, my husband, please. Then she paused and say silence for a moment. Ooh, get it together. Serena, you're not feeling things. You're just vitamin D deprived. Right? But her fingers curled tighter around the cup. And for once, she didn't want to post about her breakfast. Just drink it quietly. Saturday morning, new neighborhood park. Rafe is helping the neighborhood committee set up a small charity event. He's lifting boxes, setting up decorations, just being that quiet, reliable man everyone appreciates. Serena watches from the window with a bowl of cereal and zero intention of helping. Serena, muttering. Look at him, smiling like that, probably trying to win the Humble Man of the Year award. She squints, and then her cereal nearly falls from her spoon. Serena. Who is that? A new woman. Layla, in trendy activewear. Long hair in a ponytail. Walks up to Rafe with 2 iced coffees. Laughing. Tossing her hair. She touches his hand slightly as she gives him the coffee. Serena, offended. Touching? She's touching my furniture. She rushes to her room and throws an outfit. The same color as Rafe's shirt. Designer heels included. And marches out the door like it's a runway. Event grounds. Layla is still laughing and chatting with Rafe, who's polite but clearly trying to focus on his task. That's when Serena steps in with a bright, fake smile. Serena to Layla. Hi. You must be new. Layla, pleasantly. Yes. Just moved in last week. You must be? Serena, holding his arm. His wife. Rafe smiles and looks at her. Layla. Oh, nice to meet you. Your husband was kind enough to help me carry in a few things. Serena, tilting head. Was he? That's cute. He usually saves his heavy lifting for me. Rafe looks at her and tries to hold his laugh. Layla laughs. Oh, lucky you. Serena, deadpan. No, lucky him. Layla starts to get uncomfortable, but Serena smiles wider. Serena. Anyway, just thought I'd stop by. You know, make sure no one confuses my husband's kindness with availability. Layla tries to laugh it off, says goodbye, and walks away. See you around, Rafe. Serena. What? What did she say? See who around. Serena walks away fast to avoid him. Rafe follows, leaning forward. Heavy lifting for you. Serena. Still trying to avoid his gaze. What? Did I say that? Rafe. You scared off a neighbor. Serena shrugs. Yes, I did. She looked like the type to accidentally need help with her Wi-Fi at 10 p.m. Rafe chuckles softly, surprising her. Rafe, you're unbelievable. Serena, and you're slow. You should have told her you have a wife. Rafe, smiling. I was wearing my ring. Serena. Please. People ignore rings all the time. She saw muscles and a side part and thought she could borrow sugar from you for life. Rafe just shakes his head, still smiling. Rafe, you didn't have to come out, you know? Serena, walking faster. Who says I came out for you? I'm trying to help you. Rafe. Really? Serena, thinking. Yes, so you can run away with your lover and leave me alone. Rafe, what did you say? Serena. If she takes you away, who will cook for me? And clean? Rafe smiling. Fair. Then she walks away quickly. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on your notification to know when I upload the next part.